The History and Biography of Portugal, A Journey Through Time. Ahoy, history buffs! Ever wondered about the tiny nation that once ruled the waves? Today, we're diving deep into the captivating story of Portugal, a land of explorers, poets, and resilient people. Get ready for a journey through time. Portugal's story begins in the 12th century, a small county nestled within the Iberian Peninsula. This land, caught between powerful kingdoms, yearned for its own identity. It was a time of knights, castles, and the forging of a nation's spirit. Afonso Henriques, a name synonymous with Portuguese independence, emerges as our hero. He was more than just a count, he was a visionary, a warrior, and the founder of Portugal. His ambition was to carve out a kingdom for himself and his people. Afonso's fight for independence was a long and arduous one, filled with battles and political maneuvering. He faced his own mother in battle, Countess Teresa, and emerged victorious. This victory paved the way for the establishment of the 15th century marks a pivotal era, a time when Portugal transformed from a small kingdom into a global power. This was the age of exploration, and Portugal was at the forefront, charting new territories and opening up new trade routes. The world was about to get Prince Henry the Navigator, a name that echoes through history, played a crucial role in this era. He wasn't a sailor himself, but his vision and leadership fueled Portugal's maritime ambitions. He established a school of navigation, gathering cartographers, astronomers, and shipbuilders. Henry's vision extended beyond mere exploration. He sought to expand trade, spread Christianity, and find new routes to the east. His patronage led to the development of the caravel, a ship perfectly suited for long voyages. This innovation was key to Portugal's success. Vasco da Gama's voyage to India in 1498 stands as a monumental achievement. He successfully navigated the Cape of Good Hope, opening up a direct sea route to the east. This voyage shattered existing trade monopolies and ushered in a new era of global commerce. The discovery of a sea route to India brought unprecedented wealth and influence to Portugal. Spices, silks, and other exotic goods flowed into Lisbon, transforming it into a bustling center of trade. Portugal became a major player on the world stage. Portugal's legacy extends far beyond its historical achievements. The Portuguese language, a vibrant and melodic tongue, is spoken by millions worldwide. It's a testament to Portugal's cultural influence and its enduring impact on the world. From the ornate Manueline architecture to the soulful sounds of fado music, Portugal's artistic and cultural heritage is rich and diverse. Its stunning architecture, like the Jerónimos Monastery, showcases the country's artistic prowess. Captivating literature, like the epic poems of Luís de Camões, continues to inspire. Portugal's history isn't without its challenges. Periods of decline, natural disasters, and the loss of colonies in the 20th century tested the nation's spirit. But through it all, Portugal has demonstrated remarkable resilience and an ability to adapt. The loss of its colonies was a significant blow, forcing Portugal to redefine its identity and its place in the world. However, the nation embraced democracy and forged a new path, focusing on its strengths and its European identity. Today, Portugal stands as a vibrant and welcoming nation, known for its stunning landscapes, delicious cuisine, and the warm hospitality of its people. From the sun-kissed beaches of the Algarve to the historic streets of Lisbon, Portugal offers a unique and unforgettable experience. Portugal's culinary traditions are a delight, with fresh seafood, flavorful wines, and delectable pastries. The warmth and friendliness of the Portuguese people make visitors feel right at home. It's a country that embraces its past while looking forward to the future. Humans have inhabited the region of Portugal for approximately 400,000 years. The oldest human fossil found in Portugal is the 400,000-year-old Aroeira 3H heidelbergensis skull. Neanderthals roamed the northern Iberian Peninsula, and Homo sapiens sapiens arrived around 35,000 years ago. Pre-Celtic tribes inhabited Portugal, with the Cynides developing a written language. In the first millennium BC, Celts invaded from Central Europe and intermarried with the local populations. They dominated most of northern and central Portugal. Romans first invaded the Iberian Peninsula in 219 BC. During Julius Caesar's rule, almost the entire peninsula was annexed to Rome. The conquest took 200 years, and many died. Roman occupation suffered a setback in 155 BC when a rebellion began in the north. The Lusitanians and other native tribes, under the leadership of Viriathus, wrested control of western Iberia. In 27 BC, Lusitania gained the status of Roman province. In 409, with the decline of the Roman Empire, the Iberian Peninsula was occupied by Germanic tribes. In 411, the Suebi and Vandals settled in Galatia, founding a Suebi kingdom with its capital in Braga. The Suebi and the Visigoths had the most lasting presence. Roman institutions disappeared in the wake of the Germanic invasions. The Suebi and Visigoths adopted Catholicism from the local inhabitants. In 585, the Visigothic king Luvigild conquered Braga and annexed Galatia. Between 726 and 1249, today's continental Portugal, along with most of modern Spain, was invaded from the south and became part of Al-Andalus. After defeating the Visigoths, the Umayyad Caliphate started expanding rapidly in the peninsula. Beginning in 726, the land that is now Portugal became part of the vast Umayyad Caliphate's Empire of Damascus. The Muslim population consisted mainly of native Iberian converts to Islam and Berbers. Invasions from the north also occurred in this period. The Reconquista was a period when Christians reconquered the Iberian Peninsula from Moorish domination. An Asturian Visigothic noble named Pelagius of Asturias was elected leader in 718. After defeating the Moors in the Battle of Covadonga in 722, Pelagius was proclaimed king. At the end of the 9th century, the region of Portugal between the rivers Minho and Douro was reconquered from the Moors by nobleman and knight Vimara Pérez. Vimara Pérez elevated the region to the status of county, naming it the County of Portugal. At the Battle of São Mamede in the outskirts of Guimarães in 1128, Afonso Henriques, Count of Portugal, defeated his mother, Countess Teresa. Afonso continued his father, Henry of Burgundy's Reconquista wars. In 1139, he obtained a victory in the Battle of Urique. Afonso was recognized as the first king of Portugal in 1143 by King Alfonso VII of Leon. In 1249, the Reconquista ended with the capture of the Algarve and expulsion of the last Moorish settlements. Portugal's territorial borders have remained the same. In 1383, John Thorne of Castile, Beatrice of Portugal, and Ferdinand Thorne of Portugal claimed the throne of Portugal. John of Avis, later John Thorne of Portugal, defeated the Castilians in the Battle of Aljubarrota. The new ruling dynasty led Portugal to the limelight of European politics and culture. Portugal spearheaded European exploration of the world and the Age of Discovery under the sponsorship of Prince Henry the Navigator. Portugal explored the Atlantic, encountering the Azores, Madeira, and Portuguese Cape Verde. In 1415, Portugal acquired its first colonies by conquering Ceuta. Portugal voluntarily entered a dynastic union 1580-1640 because the last two kings of the House of Avis died without heirs. Philip II of Spain claimed the throne and was accepted as Philip IV of Portugal. Portugal did not lose its formal independence, forming a union of kingdoms. In 1640, John IV of Portugal spearheaded an uprising backed by disgruntled nobles and was proclaimed king. The Portuguese Restoration War ended the 60-year period of the Iberian Union under the House of Habsburg. This was the beginning of the House of Braganza. In 1738, Sebastião José de Carvalho y Melo, later ennobled as first Marquis of Pombal, began a career as the Portuguese ambassador in London. King Joseph III was crowned in 1750 and made him his Minister of Foreign Affairs. By 1755, Carvalho y Melo was made Prime Minister. Lisbon was struck by a major earthquake on November 1, 1755. Following the earthquake, Joseph I gave his prime minister more power, and Carvalho de Melo became an enlightened despot. In 1758, Joseph I was wounded in an attempted assassination. In 1807, Portugal refused Napoleon's demand to accede to the continental system of embargo against the United Kingdom. British intervention in the Peninsular War helped maintain Portuguese independence. Rio de Janeiro in Brazil was the Portuguese capital between 1808 and 1821. After 1815, the Portuguese expanded their trading ports along the African coast, moving inland to take control of Angola and Mozambique. On 11 January 1890, the British government delivered an ultimatum to Portugal. The government of Portugal quietly accepted the ultimatum. On 5 October 1910, a coup d'etat overthrew the near 800-year-old monarchy, and the Republic was proclaimed. During World War I, Portugal helped the Allies fight the Central Powers. Political instability and economic weaknesses were fertile ground for chaos and unrest. Portugal remained neutral in World War II. From the 1940s to 1960s, Portugal was a founding member of NATO, OECD, the European Free Trade Association, EFTA. In 1961, Port of São João Baptista de Arruda's annexation by the Republic of Dahomey was the start of a process. The government and army resisted the decolonization of its overseas territories until April 1974, when a left-wing military coup in Lisbon, the Carnation Revolution, led the way for the independence of territories. By 1975, all Portuguese African territories were independent. In 1986, Portugal, alongside Spain, joined the European Economic Community, which later became the European Union, EU. Portugal's last overseas territory, Macau, was peacefully handed over to China in 1999. In 2002, the independence of East Timor, Asia, was formally recognized by Portugal. Portugal occupies an area on the Iberian Peninsula and two archipelagos in the Atlantic Ocean, Madeira and the Azores. Continental Portugal is split by its main river, the Tagus. The northern landscape is mountainous, whereas the south is characterized by rolling plains. The exclusive economic zone covers an area of 1,727,408 kilometers. This is the third largest exclusive economic zone of the European Union and the 20th largest in the world. The term provinces has been used throughout history to identify regions of continental Portugal. Portugal is mainly characterized by a Mediterranean climate. It is one of the warmest countries in Europe. Annual average rainfall in the mainland varies from just over 3,200 millimeters to less than 500 millimeters. Continental Portugal receives around 2,300 to 3,200 hours of sunshine annually. Portugal's central, west, and southwest coasts have an extreme ocean seasonal lag. Azores and Madeira have a subtropical climate. From its humble beginnings to its golden age of exploration and its modern-day vibrancy, Portugal's story is one of enduring legacy and inspiration. It's a testament to the power of human ambition, cultural exchange, and the resilience of a nation. If you enjoyed this journey through Portuguese history, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Info Arena. Let us know in the comments which part of Portugal's history you found most fascinating. And stay tuned for our next video, where we'll be exploring the mysteries of ancient civilizations.